Wait, 2024 take over.
Here.
Johnson. Here. Dagmeyer.
Here.
Westmeyer.
Here.
Weenan. Brennan.
Here, we have a quorum tonight, and the next up is item number 24C-0121, Pledge of Allegiance. We've got a phone moving here.
It's the eclipse reminder.
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, and I thought it turned this to no. Obviously.
Okay, then let's move into item number 24C-0122, reports of standing committees tonight. We have no reports. Let's move ahead to item number 24C-0123. It's citizens' comments, not to exceed 15 minutes as an agenda item and not more than 3 minutes per speaker. If you wish to address the council, step up to the microphone, state your name and your address.
Hello, I'm Shirley Rosenthal, 503 South Street. I appreciate this opportunity to talk to you tonight regarding an opportunity that includes citizen participation and support to expand upon the recreational activities for Galena's Recreation Park. The pickleball community asks for your permission and participation for the construction of outdoor pickleball courts. The city recently took advantage of an opportunity to expand parking and bathrooms for Galena's Main Street's important tourism industry. And we are hoping you will consider doing the same for the citizens of Galena by participating and allowing the addition of a pickleball court complex to make Recreation Park, once again, a truly recreation park. We would like to propose adding handicap accessible courts that meet the professional pickleball functional standard, but are also aesthetically designed to fit the surrounding park neighborhood and are inviting to encourage all to join in the fun. Pickleball is an inclusive and not an exclusive activity. All can play from ages 10 to 110 and do. Kids with kids, parents with their children without their plug-in devices in hand, and grandparents with grandchildren. I never thought at 65 I'd be able to play a sport. I never thought at 65 I could play a sport after having double knee replacement. I never thought in a million years that at 65 I would play a sport with my adult children. And I certainly didn't think at 65 I could play a sport with my grandchildren. There's nothing that gives me greater joy than kicking my own kids' butts. And to be able to play with my grandchildren, well, that just warms my heart. Start to shake. I tell people all the time that all you have to do is play once and you'll be hooked. I think about all the people in Galena that have never had that opportunity to play even once because there's no place with permanent nets for them to even try it. In 2002, the city funded the much needed rehab of Recreation Park. That entire project was for the citizens of Galena, and we appreciate that. But here we are 22 years later, and other than maintenance and additional parking, nothing has been done to good old Rec Park. This pickleball court project is a great opportunity for the city of Galena to do something for their citizens and its visitors, and a great way to bring recreation back to Recreation Park. As you finalize your recreational 2024-25 park budget line item, please include courts with exclusive pickleball striping and permanent nets for all the citizens of Galena to play the most popular and fastest growing inclusive sport that progressive cities like Galena are adding to their welcoming to all amenities, pickleball. And we promise to do our part to help the city succeed in that endeavor. Again, thank you for this opportunity, your consideration and support, and thank you for listening. We've included some handouts. Tim Vincent, Superintendent of Schools, wanted to be here tonight, but he couldn't, so he wrote a letter, and also Galena Rotary, and they're showing their full support of this project. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Shirley.
Good evening. My name is Larry Wiednap. I live at 816 Shadow Bluff.
and I'm here to address the question of why do we need fixed outdoor pickleball courts. I was going to begin by speaking to the other venues that are played on, the ARC, the high school tennis courts, but I really want to go right to this site map that the Baranskis generously, or Jim Baransky generously provided. I'm going to ask Dave Nelson, pickleball enthusiast, to help me with this. This is the site of the old Galena pool, which was taken out about 40 years ago. We find this to be a very ideal site because here we have a 48-car parking lot, which is already handicapped, which virtually leads to walking paths. So the placement of the pickleball court is also ideal because we have Field Street, which runs directly east and west. The ideal placement of pickleball courts are north and south. So the pickleball courts are placed perpendicular to the Field Street, so to mitigate sun on players' eyes. Go ahead. Well, let me, off over here, we have a bathroom site by the recreation stand. There's another two bathroom site. Right down over here, there's a pavilion that, one of many pavilions that the city uses. Okay, Dave. This is the concept of the pickleball courts. There are 8 courts in this particular design. These 2 courts are handicap and they are also tournament courts. There's a promenade that leads down the center of the court. So each court has its own gate to get into it. The handicap court and the tournament courts are exactly the same size. So you have the ability to include all citizens of Galena, but also there's an ability to up level and play tournament play. You can see here, this is a potential site for bleachers for viewing tournament play or for visitors that are just stopping by and observing pickleball to sit and watch. There are also benches on the promenade here for people that are waiting to get into the courts to sit and rest and socialize. Okay. These are different views. So this is the promenade going down. This is showing the landscaping. This is a walkway for access. We're using black fencing basically to fit in with the nature of the site. And it will also align with the city's green space aesthetics. I'm going to jump off here. The courts will not only be a place for recreational play, but also a place for pickleball lessons, drills, and league play. These courts will serve as a magnet, attracting locals and visitors to the city's rec park, providing a new and exciting attraction for singles, couples, and families of all ages. The court facility will be an outstanding community feature and will bring vibrancy and life back to this underutilized city asset. We have not yet begun our fundraising activities, but we have already received 2 significant financial commitments. Mike and Laurie Sproul have volunteered to do the project excavation work. Bobby and Doris Hahn have promised rock and substrate materials. We assure you that we will fulfill our financial obligations and provide financial support without compromise to this complex. You may count on us as Galena citizens to deliver our commitment to partner with the city of Galena on this important and timely quality of life improvement to our community. How do we do?
Well, you overran it, but I didn't cut you off.
Did I really?
You were on a roll, Larry, and I didn't want to.
No, did I really overrun my screen?
I know you were practicing. That's okay.
Sorry, microphone's down. My name is Alicia Fleech. I reside at 502 North Dodge. I also work for Kreider Services with 2 locations, one at 516 Park Avenue and the other at 521 Southwest Street. We provide services to help people reach their fullest potential. With that being said, I'm here to encourage the city to look at supporting the pickleball projects in hopes that we can have more accessible recreational options in our immediate community. Currently, we serve 16 individuals in our Galena locations with very limited outdoor recreational opportunities. We have assessed using the tennis courts near the school, which unfortunately there's an access point going down to it. It's pretty steep, and there's actually a raised curb ledge. So it's not really ideal for us, to be honest. We're unfortunately the only access point. Sorry. Okay. Galena has many beautiful parks. And unfortunately, a lot of times we're met with being spectators, not really active in participating, just because it's not accessible to quite a few of our people we serve. If we do want to get some recreational outdoor, we have to travel to Dubuque, Iowa. We go to their Miracle League, which is all-inclusive playground and baseball field. This move for us to be a little more inclusive in Galena could also bridge an opportunity for us to invite our friends over in the Dubuque area to come over and participate and hang out, and maybe even get some ARC sponsored tournaments going on as well. So with that being said, I really want the city to, think about this as part of like moving into that inclusiveness. And I can't thank you guys enough for thinking of us as well in your project build. With that being said, if you build it, we will be there.
Excuse me. My name is Dave Decker, speaking on behalf of the Galena ARC 11084, US Highway 20 West. We currently host pickleball 5 mornings a week, a couple afternoons for 9 months of the year. The summer months, we ask that the pickleball group moves outside and utilizing our equipment at the high school. I know a lot of you are thinking, if we build it, will they come? It's a big expenditure. If we were talking about a lot of sports in the recreation world, I would be concerned. It seems we're going to watch our kids' stuff instead of doing things ourselves. And then there's pickleball. This seems to be a real enigma to the rest of that. Pickleball participation is one of the very few sports that we follow in our recreation magazines that's actually on the increase. We have our pickleball group will come in and mentor our young kids. Do they want to get the nets out all the time? No, but they sure like getting that ball off the walls for long periods of time. We also see 80-year-olds in our gym. We're an organization with the mindset of how can we get these people time in our gym, and it's difficult to find time. We don't have the time. When our gym is full, it's full. So finding the opportunity to play is quite challenging. You would say, tennis courts up to school. In theory, that's not the worst idea, but once school starts, they can't really utilize it because school's going on. And the 2 weeks prior to that, you have football practice starting, and they love training on that surface. So they get down there. So they're kind of not competing, but we're certainly sharing space. It's a very difficult time of day. I know you're going to think I made this up. I'm going to say it anyway. Today, we got a phone call from somebody. Could we get additional time to play pickleball? And we literally have to tell them no. 7 o'clock to 9:30, 5 days a week with one afternoon for 2 hours. That's the amount of gym time our organization can give up. And again, not every sport is growing the way that this one is. I think you're taking a calculated risk on something that I do think will be there for years to come. And when Alicia and I first spoke, and I think of hosting a tournament out there, and a tournament with 6 courts going with ages starting at youth to adults, to mature adults, and then to have Alicia's group on the other court, it just makes me want to get up in the morning and make this happen. So hopefully you'll look at it as a positive thing and allow the citizens of Galena a little bit more opportunity to play a very fast growing sport. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, City Council. My name is Tom Ryan, and I'm here on behalf of Galena Country Tourism. And Shirley Rosenthal and her camp reached out to us a few weeks ago and asked if we would come and say a few good words and maybe do a little bit of research about the possible tourism impact of pickleball. And I can say personally, having been a director of Parks and Recreation in Illinois and now a tourism professional, the question will not be, will there be a positive economic impact, but to what degree? We haven't done a deep dive into what the economic impact for Galena could be. That's something that we would be willing to offer our support for moving forward. But we've seen a couple preliminary things. For one, the city of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, recently built 10 courts in Fort Lauderdale, and they hired a team to do an economic impact study. And what they showed is that there would be approximately a $10 million economic impact boon just from those courts, bringing in tournaments, sports tourism, etc. Obviously, Galena is not at the scale of Fort Lauderdale, but it does have something in common with Florida, which is we're very popular with retirees, elderly people looking to slow down at the end of their lives. And then those are exactly the type of people looking for pickleball. So I'm just going to be brief and just say that we support this project and we'll continue to be here to support it however we can. And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Adam Johnson, 204th Street. I certainly support pickleball. I think you're all thinking too small. I think if this is as popular as it's going to be, you're already too small. I think you should double this. I think you should plan on doubling it or maybe tripling it. So I don't think you should pitching yourself. I like the idea. I think you should go forward with it. I'm not sure about this site being the place. Again, you've got how many people playing this, and we've got a limited parking lot. So I don't want to see this spread all over this area if that's what's going to happen. So, you know, I support it. I'm not sure about the site myself. So that's my comment. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kathy Filipiak, and I'm at 32 Cemetery Ridge. I am not a Galena born and raised resident. In fact, Galena was not even on my radar as a place to retire, but my retirement dream was Fort Myers Beach, and we moved there in 2020. But Hurricane Ian had other ideas, and we returned to Illinois, to Elizabeth, where my sister and brother-in-law had retired. I don't know if it's Galena or pickleball, or maybe it's just a nice combination of the two of them that made me feel so welcome and included at the Arc. It is because of those relationships that we made that we decided to make Galena our retirement home. This is a perfect example of how pickleball brings people together, all ages, all skill levels, all are welcome, and relationships are made.
Thank you.
Take my glasses off to read. My name's Joy Neverdahl. I'm at 32 Cemetery Ridge Road in Galena. I became a resident in 22. And yes, family was the immediate call to Galena, but pickleball opportunities was a priority to become a permanent resident for me. I'm a retired PE teacher. I taught mostly tennis and pickleball in my 30 years and Special Olympics and adapted PE. And this sport is so easily acquired. That's what makes the popularity. It's just blowing up. I even taught at the day camp last summer here, and the kids were fantastic. They just loved picking up the paddle. They didn't have the background before, and at the most, and they could go home, tell their families. I showed them how to play in their driveways if they just, just get out there and start, But families can play together, all ages. I've seen a guy with an oxygen tank on his back, an 85-year-old, and he won his age group. Pickleball divides people up by their age group, their skill level. It's inclusive. And but the funny thing is the average age in the US right now is 33 to 35, and they're working people. So while the Arc offers retirees the opportunity to play in the mornings, a pickleball park would give more people the opportunity, working people in the evenings after work, whatever their schedule is, to be throughout the day and throughout the year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Sid Sincock. I live at 302 Grant Court, and I'm going to try not to duplicate what other people have said, but well, listening to them, I took a few notes and I just came up with some things that memories of Rec Park growing up in Galena. I remember going out there and watching high school football games a long, long time ago. Don't pass me the years, but I was young enough not to be in high school. And going out there and watching guys that I admired and wanted to be like and watch them play football. As a youngster, I also went to the swimming pool, spent days out there, the whole day. We'd go out in the morning, play baseball. We'd have little league games in the evening. We'd be there in the afternoon. I'm probably one of the few people that ever rolled their horse out to the swimming pool, tied it up to a tree and went swimming. But obviously that pool's no longer there. It would be great. I would just love to see pickleball courts there in the same spot where that swimming pool was, and where I could play with my grandkids, play with my kids, enjoy a family activity. And the other thing that came to mind was listening to this is the when my wife and I travel, we always look for pickleball courts. New Smyrna Beach recently in Florida, we went there. I went to a place where I played in the past and pulled in. Fences are down. Courts are gone. They didn't take them down. They're redoing them. So I had to find another court. Went to about 4 blocks away, packed. I'd never been to this court before, but it was packed. There were 3 courts. They were packed. A couple days later, I went to a different court. They were packed. And they had redone their whole courts. They had 12 of them there. And they don't have enough room anywhere in a barrier island type place to put them all in one complex where they do in a place like Fort Myers Beach or some of those places where they've got 32 court complexes. So they have several around the city. The second place recently that we went to was South Padre Island, and it's only a half-mile wide. They don't have a lot of area, and there's only 3 courts, but they're squeezing another 2 in as we were playing there. So it's fast growing. There will be people coming to play. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sid. Does anybody else wish to address the council on any other subject too?
I beat Sid Cock one time.
Sit down, sit down. All right, like I said, does anybody else wish to address the council on other topics or anything else you want to throw at the city? Okay, all right, thank you for all your input and your drawings and stuff. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you for coming. I haven't had this many since last year.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Tonight we have a public hearing, and that's item number 24C-0124. It's a public hearing on the fiscal year 2024-25 City of Galena operating budget. Now, I don't, Cindy T, did anybody sign that?
No.
Okay, all right. So saying that, I'll entertain a motion to open up the public hearing.
I saw one.
All right, moved by Alderperson Pam and seconded by Alderperson Tegmeyer. Take roll call on that, Mary Beth.
Johnson?
Yes.
Tegmeyer?
Yes.
Westmeyer?
Yes.
Bernstein?
Yes.
Brenner?
Yes, motion carries. Okay. We had the work session last Monday. I don't know if anybody, nobody's signed in. Nobody's going to speak. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Okay, so moved.
So moved by Alderperson Cindy Johnson.
Second.
And second by Alderperson Westmeyer. Take a roll call on that.
Tegmeyer?
Yes.
Westmeyer?
Yes.
Bernstein?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Brenner?
Yes, motion carries. All right. Let's move into liquor commission. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn as a city council and convene as a liquor commission. And motion, Alderperson Tegmeyer,
I make a motion to convene as a liquor commission for, do we go right into this or, I'm sorry,
Just convene.
just to convene as the liquor commission?
yeah, the liquor. Okay, do I have a second on that?
Second.
All right, second by Alderperson Cindy Johnson. So right now we're operating as a liquor commission. We have an item number 24C-0125. Oh, we got to take roll. Sorry.
Tegmeyer,
Yes.
Westmeyer.
Yes.
Bernstein,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yeah.
Renner.
Yes, motion carries. All right, we are now operating under liquor commission and we have item number 24C-0125. Discussion and possible action on the renewal of current liquor license for the period May 1st, 2024 through April 30th of 2025. Some type of motion.
Actually, I had a question.
So let's make a motion, please, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we, I'm not going to make the motion. I'm sorry.
Jerry.
I'll make a motion to approve the current liquor license for the period May 1st, 2024 through April 30th, 2025, 24C-0125.
Okay, do I have a second for that?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Tegmeyer. All right, discussion on that. Go ahead, Cindy Johnson.
So my question, actually, there are several businesses that have not applied for the renewal yet.
Yes,
If we pass this tonight, do they automatically get
No.
grant? No.
they got till the end of the month
They-
and I believe that everybody got their stuff in today, so that'll come up next meeting,
And then we just,
the 29th. So we'll approve the ones that were late next meeting. Alderperson Pam.
Mr. Mayor, I just wanted to point out that Amelia's under the Lamplight Dinner Theater is in both lists. She's under, not having submitted renewal application. And then she's somewhere, I'm sorry, I can't tell you.
Yeah, she is 1401D, Class D liquor license. She's down there.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
incorrect. She should just be, she was late submitting, so she'll be up on the next one.
So we can eliminate her on the
Yes.
original list.
Yep.
All right. Does that answer your question, Pam?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Anybody else okay with that? Any other discussions on the motion or any of this? Take roll call, Mary Beth.
Westmeyer,
Yes.
Bernstein,
Yes.
Johnson,
yes.
Tegmeyer,
Yes.
Renner.
Yes, motion carries. Okay, at this time, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn as a liquor commission and reconvene as city council. So I have a motion.
I make a motion to convene as the city council. again.
Okay, adjourn as a liquor
And
commission
adjourn,
and
yes.
convene as a city council.
Adjourn.
All right, do I have a second on that?
Second.
Second
My
by.
first time.
We're all excited of being on the liquor commission. obviously.
Oh, that's true.
Bernstein,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Tegmeyer,
Yes.
Westmeyer.
Yes.
Renner.
Yes, motion carries. Let's move ahead then to the consent agenda with item number consent agenda C8 24-7. Do I have some type of a motion on consent agenda? On first, Jerry Westman.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda CA 24-7.
Okay.
Second.
Second.
Moved second on the consent agenda CA 24-7. Any questions on any of those? All right, take roll call on that.
Bernstein,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Tegmeyer,
Yes.
Westmeyer.
Yes.
Renner.
Yes, motion carries. All right, unfinished business, we have none tonight. Let's move into new business. Item number 24C-0131 is discussion and possible action on the fiscal year 2024 to 25 operating budget. Do I have a motion on that, or should we have a motion to have another work session next Monday? Alderperson Pam.
I move that we approve the the budget for fiscal year, the operating budget for fiscal year 2024-25. Item 24C-0131.
Okay, do I have a second on that?
Second.
Second, Alderperson Jerry Westmeyer, discussion on it. Was pretty
Well,
satisfied with the way it went last Monday.
yes, I mean, we were thoroughly, we'd had an opportunity to look at the budget, and then Mark, took us through it pretty much piece by piece in terms of goals, what we hope to achieve, how the funds are balanced, and, I don't see any reason to.
And the questions were answered that were brought up and discussed at that.
Correct.
Okay, any other discussion on that motion? All right, take roll, Meredith.
Johnson,
Yes.
Steinmeier,
Yes.
Westmeyer,
Yes.
Bernstein,
Yes.
Renner.
Yes, motion carries. All right, then let's move ahead to item number 24C-0132, a discussion and possible action on the 2024-25 archery deer hunting program. And we motion on continuing that or otherwise. Alderperson,
I'll make a motion to approve the 2024-25 archery deer hunting program, 24C-0132.
okay, now do I have a second on that?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Pam Bernstein, discussion.
Well, I hope they get more than they did this year.
Well, we have some different setups this year with the hunters and what they can do and what they can't. So
Will they get 9?
they got 9 this year, and how many do we get by cars?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Right?
That's the issue.
But yeah, and we weren't able to get a count. You know, we're missing the aerial counts. That's the other thing too.
To me, I think that's a waste of couple $1,000 because we all know that there's a problem in Galena with the deer. And what's the count going to tell us? We have a problem.
Haven't the numbers have gone down though, right?
Well,
And
no,
I know
no,
we
for
didn't.
sure, but you know, without the count and actually getting an accurate number of them, Cindy, I couldn't tell you that they actually did go down.
They went down 9
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Okay, any other discussion on this? Alderperson Pam.
Yeah, I just want to comment. I think it's really unfortunate that, the DOT want to allow us to put, deer crossing signs in the city. I know their rationale was you can't tell where the deer cross because they cross everywhere. And I understand that, but I also think it would be helpful because not everybody who comes to visit our city realizes that we have this problem. So I think it would be somewhat of a deterrent in terms of accidents, but I know we can't, do much about it, but I just wanted to comment on that.
Yeah.
This,
Alderperson Cindy.
sorry, this might not be for this exact moment, but I would love to explore how we could look at this in not such a reductionist way of killing the deer and perhaps that being the only solution, and perhaps also looking at what we're doing to their natural habitat and environment by cutting down trees in the area so that they don't have a lot of choice but to come in town to the areas we have. So I would love to just not have it be a closed door system of this is we have more deer, so we kill more deer. I'd love to look at it in a broader environmental scope.
Yeah, and you're right there in regards to the development that goes around any city.
Right.
They're going to come in, and guess what's coming in next? The coyotes. They're going where the food. So I mean, it might turn into a double problem. But anyway, saying that, any other discussion on it? Take roll call on that, Meredith.
Steinmeier,
Yes.
Westmeyer,
Yes.
Bernstein,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Renner.
Yes, motion carries. Let's move ahead then. Item number 24C-0133. It's the warrants. Do I have a motion on the warrants? Pay the bills, kids.
Make a motion to approve the warrants,
All right,
24C-0133.
I second that.
all right, that sounds. Any questions on any of the bills? Alderperson Pam.
Yes, JDC Health Department, guest accommodations. There were 2 invoices.
Yeah, that's the health department participating in the lodging inspections with the building department, fire department. So they charge us $50 per inspection.
Oh, okay.
The,
It's inspections.
yes.
Thank you.
Annual.
That they went on a trip or something.
Yeah.
It's a very
Yeah.
cheap trip.
Okay, any other questions on any of the warrants? Take roll call, Mary Beth.
Tegmeyer,
Yes.
Westmeyer,
Yes.
Bernstein,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Runner.
Yes, motion carries. Let's move ahead to item number 24C-0134. Alderperson's comments. Alderperson Cindy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to, thank so many people who showed up and participated in the meeting and then stayed for the rest of the meeting. That's nice. It makes me feel warm inside. This marks the year of being elected to city council for me. So I just wanted to say thank you in general. And I wanted to let people know that it's usually a we, but I'm just going to speak for myself that I'm listening, and whether I personally agree is never the point, that I'm listening. So whether you're talking about streets, parking, the Parker, pickleball, restrooms, noise reduction, anything like that, I'm listening, and you can contact me by email. I get texts. I've had people pull in my driveway. I've had phone calls, and I'm here for it. So I just wanted to say thank you for your trust in me, and I'll continue to listen. And Mark Moran can attest that I bring the issues, no matter how small or big, to his office. So that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cindy. Alderperson Cindy Johnson.
I hope not too many sunburned noses today from looking off at the sun with your glasses on. Anyway, really, thank you everyone for coming and speaking on the pickleball. We appreciate your comments, and it's also been a year for me. So,
Right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Cindy. Alderperson Jerry Westmeyer.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the people that came tonight. I personally think it's a good idea, because anybody can do pickleball except I can't. I got an artificial ankle, so I can't, but I'd love to. So it's not just a certain group. It's a community-wide group, from kids to 95 or 100, however old they said that was. It's a good spot out there at Rec Park. The only thing we've done out at Rec Park is replace the equipment, and well, a pool years ago.
Skate
but
park.
in the skate park, and that was pretty much funded by the city too, a lot of it. So I think it's a good idea. The more recreation we give people, everybody talks about people being overweight. Here's a good recreation sport that anybody can get into. So I'm all for it.
Thank you. Alderperson Pembridge.
Yeah, I too would like to thank people for coming, making their comments. It's important to us to know what you're all thinking out there, so thank you. And I would also like to apologize for my phone. I hate my phone. I thought I had turned it off, and so it's now hiding in the back room. But, try not to bring it in here again.
I forgive you.
It's no problem, ma'am. Okay, thank you all. Let's move ahead to item number 24C-0135, City Administrator's Report. Mark?
Thank you. I gave a quick update at the last meeting about the public restroom project at 403 South Main. We do now have the date for the bids to be released, which is April 15th, and they're going to be due back on May 9th. So we'll have them before the city council on May 28th. Secondly, our new website did launch last Tuesday. Again, still at the same address, www.newcityofgalena.org. So please check that out. And with that launch, we also brought out a new Facebook page, or just a general page for the city of Galena. And I'm happy to say we already have almost 600 followers in this first week. So I think that's been well received. And I think it's a good place for real kind of timely information. We'll be putting alerts out to citizens about street closures, water main breaks, hopefully none of those. anything like that, that's gonna happen quickly and where the residents need to know.
Good, thanks, Mark. Let's move ahead to item number 24C-0136, Mayor's Report. I too want to thank everybody for coming and give us their input on the subject that seems to be near and dear to their hearts. So we'll take that as is given. And Jerry, I just want to, on that skate park out there, 99.5% of the funding was from the Department of Natural Resources. And then the other 0.5 came from the city, so, yeah. So anyway, saying that, at this time, I entertain a motion for an executive session for the items listed below. So I have a motion of that nature.
We make a motion to enter into executive session.
Okay, and read off what we're going in for.
Oh, boy. Yeah, what's the number? Number 24C dash. Oh, I'm sorry. I make a motion to enter into executive session, including section C2C1, employee hiring, firing, compensation, discipline, and performance. Section 2C2, collective negotiating matters and deliberations concerning salary schedules. Section 2C11, pending probable or imminent litigation, and section 2C21, review of executive session minutes.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
All right, move second to go into executive session. Take roll, Mary Beth.
Westermeyer,
Yes.
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Tegmeyer,
Yes.
Renner.
Yes, motion carries. So we'll be going into executive session. And again, thank you all.